You think today's world, the developed world that we live in, for all its complexity, is shallow? I mean, there's a lot of mental health problems around, and there's a lot of abuse issues. Um, so, does that suggest there's a reason for you to explore the areas you're going into?
Hugely so. I feel that my own feeling is that our society has almost become what I call soulless. That we are almost brainwashed into living a life and being the way that we spend our time. In philosophy, we learn that something like 90 to 95% of our time we're in a state they call walking sleep, and that means we really aren't present. We're really not in tune with the here, the now. We are living a life that is conditioned by all of our experience and conditioned by media, conditioned by everything that's happened to bring us to where we are now. And it leaves us feeling empty, and it leaves us with Google and Facebook and others controlling our destiny. And if we don't take control of our destiny, understand who we are, then we will be controlled by the world. And that's not a happy place. And there are so many issues in the world now that really we have to start with ourselves to increase our own consciousness and awareness, that will then gradually raise others and society.
So clearly, Murray, you're driven by a search that's important to you. Now, were you influenced by any other areas of learning, or writers or philosophers, to encourage you to take this further?
Another good question. I think we all have our own path to discovery and awareness, and most of us probably don't start. I started in my 30s, and for some people they find it in religion. Other people will find it in in their groups that they join. For me, there were two main forms of learning, and the first I call experiential learning, and the second is the academic type of reading learning. And experiential learning comes a lot through taking pretty full-on courses, getting involved with numerous organisations to do with self-development, and not only participating but actually becoming involved in the tutoring and where I could, so that the learning, by playing full on, the learning really becomes part of me. And that has been quite a journey. It's involved years of associations with groups like originally the Perth School of Metaphysical Science, then Landmark Education. I had a journey with Toastmasters International, with the Perth School of Practical Philosophy. I've spent quite a bit of time in this journey, exploring from many different angles, and then with a Christian upbringing, so I'm very familiar with particularly the New Testament. So for me, it's been a whole range of experiences. I think the transitions have occurred mainly in the live-in type courses, where one really does deal with oneself, look in the mirror and you can't run away. And I found those experiences to be quite extraordinary in terms of my growth. I have a library there of probably over 100 books in this personal growth journey, but again, you can have a lot of learning out of books, but unless you are really experiencing and you are able to grow through a process, the impact is nothing like actually participating. Just like life, we get out of life what we put into it.